Hello to my Libras. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading, Libras. Let's get right into your reading. Let's go. Today will be better than I expect. Okay, let's go. All right, we're at the end of a cycle. The cycle actually ends on the 25th and then, on the 24th of June. So this reading is for the 20th of June through the 27th. We kick off a new moon in Cancer on the 25th, right? So 557, expansive thoughts. Consider a new perspective, Libra. Um, a simple change in perspective will shed light on a situation before you. So open your mind to hearing and seeing new interpretations of what you are currently dealing with. Your angels will help you through curiosity, inspiration, and even other people to relay their message. So write down all your inspired thoughts in this moment, no matter how inconsequential you may think that they are. So 557. So two situations I feel like, because we're talking about five here, possibly dealing with religious something, maybe you may be closing out, or it could be two Taurians that you may be closing something out with, or two people, places, or things that you may have been kind of sort of stuck there, right? Um, or possibly something that you may have felt like something having to do with like romance, or maybe fifth house. You may have thought fifth house in terms of like astrology, like fifth house, right? That you may have thought something was that something is closed out. Something around romance, creativity, children, projects, fun, self-expression, hobbies, what makes you feel good. Two things may be closed out, right? As we're coming to closing out this cycle. And that number seven may be having to do with relationships, right? And you're trying to expand your thoughts and trying to close out cycles in love, trying to be very positive and not trying to be your own worst enemy, right? Trying to see something and trying to get something really structured, trying to becoming more enlightened about some things. So let's get into your reading. And so you have a feeling about something. So, and I say that because of the color orange here, color orange. So you and somebody may have been stuck in trying to close out something. So let's get into it. Let's get right into it. So a crescent moon in Aries. We're in a crescent moon in Aries. And so something is, you're closing out something sort of like with a twist to it. Something that has a little twist to it. Aries is a fire sign. Aries is rules first house. It's the polarity sign to Libra. Libra rules seventh house. Seventh house is all about relationships, but it also reveals enemies as well, right? So you don't want to be your own worst enemy by being in relationships with energies that may have done some things behind your back. And so I feel like you and somebody are discovering possibly that some energies may have done something behind your back without you noticing. Maybe in the legal sense, maybe in 3D or 5D legally, they may have done some things behind your back without your knowledge, right? So here we have the Knight of Wands here. Somebody may have told some lies behind someone's back. You could be discovering something. Somebody may have said that somebody was a lustful spirit. Um, Here's a five here. Could have been a religious community. They could have been aligning with a hidden enemy. They could have been aligned with a Taurus. Somebody that somebody was married to. And again, you could be finding out something that someone was a free spirit and somebody may have been doing some kind of projection. So let's say, for instance, okay, because Libra's card is the justice card, right? And you have those two scales that are on each side apart from each other by that sword, right? So somebody is now realizing that possibly there could be either 3 Capricorns, or there could be 2 religious organizations that now somebody is starting to put everything together, make some connections here. Maybe there was some religious organizations connected to someone who was an enemy of someone that they were saying was a garden tool. Y'all know what I'm saying? Was a garden tool, but it was more of a projection, right? Right? So a light is shining on something that was done in secret, right? Here's the Sun card. A light is now shining on something that was really done in secret, right? Remember, Wands energy is fire. Fire is a lower chakra. So somebody saw someone as competition, and they were pretty ruthless in what they said about someone, right? They wanted someone to follow someone's lead, like somebody was a horse. They want somebody to work as hard as they did. So something was taken away from someone, right? So if a person wants someone to see this Mustang right here, so we know cars are Mustang, and so somebody was ruthless. Somebody may have taken something away from somebody, like a car, just somebody could walk. Like somebody could feel like, okay, I want you to work just as hard as I did. You don't need to have something just given to you. I want something taken away from you, right? But somebody secretly saw, like, it's almost like a person who was like sees an ex as competition, but making their kids pay for it, if that makes any sense to somebody, right? Yeah. Like they playing a game of chess, right? Like see their own son as competition, playing games with their own son. So something has come to light. Something has come to light. But somebody sees their own son as competition, like a father sees their own son as competition. But really, it's the father trying to bully the other parent, right? And projecting that onto the other parent. In this case right here, and just obsessed with bringing a tower down. These 2 cards right here, Aries and Scorpio, are both ruled by the Tower card. This is Mars, and this is a total recall of something. So the Sun could be having a total recall of something that happened a long time ago, right? Um, Something that happened a long time ago in their teenage years, where maybe the father, somebody made somebody walk or work like a workhorse, or somebody was being bullied. You know, something happened a long time ago in a house, right? Where 2 people were bullied and something happened, right? That ended something. So something is happening here. Something is happening here, right? Here we have the Queen of Cups here. And so now somebody is showing a great deal of compassion, right? Here we have the 7 of Cups, 7 of Swords here. So now somebody's character is being assassinated, and now they're being called a bully. And, whoever showed all of this compassion is now being lied on and being called a garden tool. They're being called a bully. Their character is being assassinated behind their back because they left and moved on. And now people are trying to bring a tower down on energies. They're obsessed. I mean, just the works. 2 energies are just going for it. Calling somebody a garden tool, when really, remember, all of this is genderless too. When somebody doesn't look like all the hell that they've been through, stuff that's gone on behind closed doors. But something in somebody just died. Something happened behind closed doors to just cause somebody to just, you know, Yeah. What I'm kind of looking at here is something new is being created. Something new is being created. Somebody was sacrificed. Somebody was just determined. There is an energy out here that was just determined to bring out the darkness in somebody. Somebody was just determined to bring out the darkness in somebody. Mm-mm-mm. Somebody was determined to bring a darkness out of a high priestess. So it's almost like it's all right. Let's bring this up to a higher frequency. Yeah, trying to bring out, try to make a person look like they depressed and back up against the wall, and somebody just ended up just walking away from something. Yeah, yeah. Somebody finally just walked away. It's just too much. Somebody just finally just moved on. So something brought out the prayer warrior in someone. Somebody, something brought out a prayer warrior in someone, but they still cut ties. And so then once somebody cut ties with two energies, then they went with this narrative again that someone is a bully, it's like they just relentless. They are obsessed. Whoever these obsessed energies are. So somebody will know who the bully is whoever physically moved somewhere. And we know this in the physical realm because fire energy is almost like a person is like, once somebody decides, okay, they're going to physically move, somebody physically moves where that person moves. No real reason for why a person moves. It's like a person, they follows them like a horse. I'm going to keep hovering over you no matter where a person move. They're going to follow them wherever they move. No rhyme or reason. The job is not sending them there. Nothing. They got to find some reason to move where somebody is just obsessed, trying to stop a person from thriving. Yeah. Talking about the behind their back, just constantly just bullying. Two energies just constantly just bullying. And somebody is just constantly being an open book, and people are not helping. They're not doing anything. Just people just acting like they don't know what's going on. And then next thing, okay, saying a person is into sex work. I mean, it's like all this help is people are constantly asking for help. So yeah. So like I said, today will be better than expected. This is a church that's doing this. This is a parent and a child that's asking for help and has been asking for help for years. And everybody is acting like they don't know what the heck is going on. All of this obsession that's going on, nobody acts like they don't know what's going on. Because people are paying money. Because money's involved. That's why. Yeah, because money is involved. Yep. Demonizing people's gifts. But somebody's gifts were demonized is again because money is involved. Everybody waiting for a crime to be committed. This is what this is. Four of Pentacles. Everybody's waiting for a crime to be committed. So somebody's trying to be conservative with their time and their money. Yep, this is what this is. Because money is involved and people are abusing their power. That's what this is. So here's the Two of Cups here. Yeah, so somebody has walked away from these energies. So, but again, looking at this prayer warrior energy here, somebody's prayers are about to be answered with this. Somebody's prayers are being answered. So somebody's already just thanking God that somebody is going to open their ears and pay attention to what the heck is going on here. So that's what I'm seeing here in the cards. So somebody's prayers are being answered because this is an organization with money. Somebody has been asking for prayers ever since their child was little. Somebody has gotten law enforcement involved. Nothing has happened. People have asked their family to help. Nothing has happened. People have asked the school to help. Nothing has happened. People have relocated. Nothing has happened. This is whoever this energy is, has literally followed somebody from like to the ends of the earth. Nothing has happened. And they have just been becoming more and more ruthless. Nothing has happened. Nothing. Nothing has happened. Nothing has happened. So inner power. So give me the courage and the power to do what must be done. That's what this is. Nothing has happened. It's constantly demonized. So that's what I'm seeing here in the cards. And somebody has just been, people have just been, these energies have constantly been an open book. People have all these ideas and nobody's doing anything. Family members sitting around like zombies. Everybody just like on just zombie mode. Clear the energy field. So it's like I said, when I look at the death card, this is an obsession here. This is an obsession. It's two tower. It's a silent tower that's happening, but it's also another tower moment that's happening. Somebody is constantly being sacrificed, and the family isn't doing anything. Church family is not doing anything. Mosque, temple, whatever. Family is not doing anything. And somebody has constantly been sacrificed for years. And think of every kind of sacrifice you can think of for years. Everybody just sitting there doing liturgical dancing. Like, I mean, dance, dance, dance. Nobody doing anything. Just sick. So people will figure it out. Well, everybody's getting paid. That's what's most important, I guess. Looking at the cards here. Here we have the Knight of Wands here. This is a person who is, like I said, very free. Someone was determined to do the shadow work. Someone is determined to expand whatever their legacy is. Someone is working very, very hard to put an end to whatever lie somebody was baited into, to focus on their legacy. These energies keep using these two people's words against them. So this is it looks like this is that a lot of people have in common. This is what a lot of people have in common. It looks like this is what a lot of people have in common. So if somebody's demon is lust. So whoever this energy is, it's a toxic masculine energy. And there's obviously this divine masculine energy, but this is a toxic masculine energy. But here we have time to ground yourself. I have some expansive thoughts, but your gifts have increased. Root chakra cleanse. Messenger of God is Angel Gabriel. Time to schedule a vacation. So if somebody could be going on a vacation, it's time to open your vault door. So opening your vault door just means going to the next, just going within, right? Somebody's about to close out a cycle. Your enemy's playing backfire. Enemy was just like enemy within, meaning kind of operating in the flesh, like just believing anything that you hear, believing any kind of lies that you hear. Oh, this person's a garden tool, they into some kind of sex work, this kind of work they do. Like somebody is learning that people can easily be baited into stuff, especially if people are not geographically from an area. They don't really know, people. They don't really know things. They could be sitting around just talking to people. People can be very naive. Everybody don't look like what they've been through. Somebody is learning to kind of get away from this just believing everything they hear because people have money. Like I said, inner power, right? Somebody's really learning how some people are, like I said, stronger than they appear to be. Somebody's learning how to expand their thoughts. A lot of people really don't look like what they've been through. Yeah. So that's what I'm seeing here. Today will be better than somebody expects. Yeah, but let me see what else we got going on here. Yeah, these energy, whoever these energies are, they have just been completely and totally abusing their position and their power and just been getting away with something just non-stop, non-stop playing all these silly mind games. So it's time for somebody to dream even bigger. Time for somebody to dream even bigger. Let's see if there's anything else because the moon is moving into Cancer. Cancer is somebody will kind of be going into their shell and just processing, like near water, drinking their water, um, pouring more into themselves. And this is finding out what your moon sign is, since Cancer is ruled by the moon. Pouring more into yourself, just expanding your thoughts, not just believing the first thing somebody hears just because they're connecting, connected to somebody, or if somebody's having a total recall of some things now. Somebody's now like, okay, now I'm connecting the dots. Now things are starting to make more sense. Now I'm starting to pour into myself, getting some rest. Things are starting to make more sense. Who's connected to whom, all of these things. Let's see what else we got going on here. Yep. Yeah, somebody's definitely become enlightened, even more about some things. But that's what I'm seeing. So take what resonates, with you. Looking at your cards here. If you are a reader, trying to think here. Yeah, if you are a reader yourself, as you are moving towards this new moon in Cancer, try to protect your energy. But somebody is free, from something. You're free from having to deal with these energies, whoever these energies are. And they, like I said, they were pretty ruthless in terms of just dealing with. They were abusing their power around somebody's mental health. Let me see. Um, mm, mm, mm. Yeah, they definitely like to see people cry. Whoever these energies are, they like to keep people in this loop of making people cry. Let's just say it. Mm-mm-mm. Yep, but towers are coming down, so they like all of this. So, anyway, that is what I see for you in your reading. Hopefully, this is helpful, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.